Alex Roselle. I've been a Kansas Mason for 15 years. I went to University of Kansas, joined a fraternity, really appreciated the fraternity experience.
Corleone Young, and I've been a Mason for going on 6 years. I was in a really deep, dark time of my retirement. At some point in time, during my depression, I needed to talk to someone. Look who was there for me. He was a Mason. 2 days later, he called. He's like, brother, I'm a Mason, and I want to invite you to the lodge. I was like, I felt honored.
My name is Tim Kelly, and I've been a Mason for about 4.5 years. I knew about Masonry growing up because my dad was a Mason. He would go to meetings every other week or so. It goes back farther than that too, because my dad, he had 2 brothers, and both of them were Masons. And then his dad and his 3 brothers as well were Masons.
There were some older guys in my fraternity that were Freemasons. And we got to talking late one night about the origins of our college fraternity and how that was rooted in Freemasonry, and wanted to learn more. And so they took me into a local lodge in Lawrence, where I started my Masonic journey.
You come to the lodge, they welcome you, and it changes your life. I never had anybody listen to me before. When you become a Mason, that's one thing your brothers will do, is they will sit and they will listen to you for as long as you need to talk.
Masonry at its core is men getting together and doing good.
Our lodge does a lot of charity works. All lodges do a lot of charity works because it is a fraternity that gives back.
Masons on average give $1.75 million to charity a day.
Our scholarships we give youth, our essay contests. We're having the toy drive coming up.
Raising money to donate to someone else, or just saying a prayer for somebody who's ill.
That's kind of what we are at our core, making each other better, making ourselves better, making our communities better.
There's all this talk about secrets. What's all the secrets?
It's that big word that's popular now called misinformation. The true secrecy of Masonry is what's in here. The secret in your heart.
There are few requirements to be a Freemason. One, you need to be a man. You need to want to be a Freemason of your own free will, and you have to believe in a all-powerful, all-knowing moral God. One of the biggest misconceptions about Freemasonry is that Freemasonry is a religion, and that, of course, is false. I have brothers that are Hindu. I have brothers that are Muslim. I have brothers that are Jewish.
Masonry is nothing dark, nothing evil, nothing bad. Our fraternity only stands for positive, and it only stands for good. Only thing it'll help you do is teach you how to love your husband or wife better, or teach you how to be a better father to your son, a better uncle, a better brother, a better sister. It'll teach you how to serve your church or your community better.
I'm extremely fortunate to have joined the fraternity when I was a kid, almost, being 19. I had a mentor, a guy by the name of Tom Braley, that when I joined the lodge, we kind of paired up. And Tom and I are probably about as different as you can get. Tom was a retired carpenter, and I'm this, snot-nosed college kid. Having that level of mentorship for me personally as a young man was incredibly beneficial for my personal growth.
I feel like Masonry has helped me grow in the sense that the way I interact with people, my confidence, the way I present at work in my profession, as well as just in life in general.
I really enjoy getting out in the community and doing stuff. I really do. I think that's probably the biggest pleasure that I get from being a Mason, is being able to be in the community and engage with people.
I think that when people ask about benefits of being a Freemason, what they are wanting to hear is that you'll soar in your career and you'll get picked out to do special things all the time and stuff like that. And there are aspects of that. There are. But when I think about pivotal moments in my life, I think about times when Tom Braley would call me, in the middle of a cancer treatment, and asked me to come and study degree work with him while he was getting chemo. Moments like that, I'll remember forever.
It reminds me of a quote, just to make the world a better place by you having been there. And whenever you're a part of the Masons, everybody there is trying to make the world better.
Masonry gives you this huge platform, I like to say, especially for our younger generation that are so smart, energetic. They're the leaders of tomorrow. Masonry is the perfect platform for them to come in and serve. You serve yourself when you come to Masonry. It does such a great justice for you. Once you help yourself, you can help anybody.
Looking back in my 15 plus years of Masonry, there's been a substantial amount of friendships, of little times that have been impactful in my life personally. There have been men that have been there for me. There have been times where I've had the honor to be there for somebody else. Things like that. It's brought Masons together for 400 years.